私の名はロビン・マスク。
Yo, how's it going everyone? Jman here. Want to make sure you're doing alright today. We're starting today off with a channel introduction. Something a little informal, unscripted, but this is a new channel and I wanted to do something to kind of introduce myself for you. Obviously, I'm Jman. I've been playing anime games since I was a wee kid. I think all of us have gotten into anime or gaming at some point in our lives, whether it's thanks to our family, thanks to our friends, or in the wonderful age that we live in, thanks to the internet. I have to admit, I love sharing this genre with everyone, so thank you for everyone so far who has tuned into my music edits, who has seen the new Muscle Brothers episode. I really appreciate all the support you guys have been showing me. It means a lot to finally be able to connect with other people and share this passion that I have clearly for this wonderful series known as Kinnikuman. Kinnikuman is something that's very near and dear to my heart, but it's also because it's something that is connected to something else that I really love, which is the shonen genre. Here are just a couple of quick examples of some series that I'm into and that we will hopefully be covering eventually on this channel. It's to include One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero, Dragon Ball, honestly, anything truly shonen related. We're in the business here. So greatly look forward to sharing more of that with you guys, and I'm just grateful for all the support again that I've been receiving so far. Again, thank you everyone. So, as you can see from the manga displayed, we plan on covering a wide variety of IPs on this channel, so I hope you stay tuned for some of the other games that we'll be playing down the line on Super Muscle Brothers. For now, let's get back to Kinnikuman. So the reason I wanted to start this channel, especially showing Kinnikuman based content, this is a series that's been dear to my heart, one that is a cultural icon in Japan since the 70s, but one that has, unfortunately, consistently failed to pick up steam in the West. I don't think it's because the series isn't capable in the West. I actually think this is something the West would adore with all their heart. We love wrestling. I think the real issue comes from the lack of localization attempts. Back in the 80s, when the Kinkashi were at their prime, we had some of that localization come over in the form of the muscle toys, which were a national sensation at that time. Even still to this day, there is a huge fan base of people that exclusively collect muscle keshi that are not even into Kinnikuman. So the hope of this channel is to fix that and to get more people into this wonderful series and sharing that fire, that flame together. So I figured the best way to start would be, well, why not show off some extremely rare Kinnikuman merchandise? Because recently I've been posting some of the figure shorts and some posts online with the figure showcases, and people seem to really like them. So this is in response to all the support that you guys have been showing. I wanted to say, if we're going to do a figure review, we're going to start off with a bang, and we're going to go big, and we're going to show off something that I haven't seen a video of at all. I went out of my way to even look it up. And today we're going to be covering the Microman Kinnikuman line. So, first question, what the heck is a Microman? I've never heard of this toy line. That's a great question, viewer. Microman is a toy line that was established by Takara Tomy in Japan, primarily during the height of the 70s to 80s. They brought themselves back for a brief stint in the 90s, and then, I'm assuming to capitalize off the hype of Kinnikuman Nisei, they used Kinnikuman alongside some other IPs to reboot the Microman line. These figures actually released between 2003 to, I believe, late 2006, and I have to admit, they're kind of hard to find these days. One thing you'll find as we keep covering Kinnikuman merchandise on this channel, that seems to be a habit with a lot of Kinnikuman merchandise. It's just an IP that has always been extremely popular in the East, and in the West, and sometimes internationally, it just seems like it hasn't totally caught on. The reason I say that is because this merchandise obviously was not made available overseas. So this was something that I had to import many years ago. I remember back, I was a young lad. I think I was finishing up high school, or prior to finishing up high school. I was heavy into Kinnikuman. Even back then, nobody knew about it. At best, people spoke about Ultimate Muscle, which honestly, I can't hate on Ultimate Muscle. I love Ultimate Muscle. And I have to say that because it is what exposed me to Kinnikuman. If it wasn't for Galactic Wrestling on the PS2, we wouldn't be here right now. So thank you. for kids. That being said, fast forward to the future. I saved up some money to acquire these figures with a part-time job while I was in high school. And I'll never forget, this was probably like my first major import set. I paid about, what? It was over 10 years ago now. Paid about $300 for all of these gentlemen together. Today, these guys go for about, I don't know, I check postings online. You know, people like to overcharge for rare stuff. I've seen people charge thousands of dollars just for a couple of them. Not even a full set like I have. So today we're going to go over the whole series, at least the ones that I have. We're going to take a look at the boxes. We're going to go over the articulation. We're going to go over the accessories. We're going to go over the presentation. And then in the end, we're going to give a conclusion on what I think about these figures. I've even got a special surprise for you. So while this is the standard lineup, the Kinnikuman Microman line also released special tag variations that had alternative color versions to the normal character palettes. I am lucky enough to obviously have my favorite, Robin Max. So today, as a special treat to the audience, we'll be unboxing this rare item live. And then at the very end, we're going to take the Microman line and we're going to directly compare them to the Revolt Mini line, which seems to be very popular. I love these guys myself. It's going to be a great time. If you're a Kinnikuman fan, or even if you're just an anime fan or figure fan in general, make sure you stay tuned, like and subscribe for more SHONEN TACHI.
So here's a quick view of the lineup that we have in store. This series was based off the Dream Tag arc, which is one of the major arcs in Kinnikuman. It happens right after the Akuma Knights arc, or also known as the end of the Chojin War. This takes place once Kinnikuman and his friends beat Akuma Shogun, which is that guy back there, right? Which we're gonna do a showcase with them another day. But for now, these characters came out, as I mentioned earlier, in the early 2000s, right? And I have to admit, despite their age, these guys are phenomenal. I mean, just look at this dude. Get an up close look right here. Amazing. For the size of these things are about 3 inches. This is a mini line. And just look at the presentation. I love, one thing about Kinnikuman figures in general, I just love the feelings and the emotions that you get from the box art. They really just managed to convey a lot from the characters. You can see that Brocken over here, if we can get the camera to focus, please. Brocken over there, you can kind of see it right there, has an alternative head to represent him without his hat. Seen in many iconic scenes. And then right here, you can also get kind of a view. The camera wants to focus. You can kind of get a bit of a view of some of the other figures in the line, which we have all of them right here for you, luckily. So we'll be able to show them off. I think the only one that I'm missing is, I'm missing Warsman, sadly, but we have mini Warsman, so it's okay. I don't think I'm missing Ramen Man, but I might be, I'll double check. And I know I'm missing the special color variations of Warsman, and there is a special color version of Kinnikuman that comes in yellow. Let me show off Kinnikuman instead of showing you the back of the box. Sorry about that. Right here. This is the original Suguru variant, right? His classic anime red trunks, you know, that we all know and love. I gotta admit, this is a personal favorite myself. It's one that whenever they release a Suguru, I'm always trying to get my hands on this color palette. Like, personally speaking, I just love this guy. We're gonna switch views in a sec, but I just wanted to get, you know, a whole lineup shot of these guys side by side, so you guys can just get a quick, you know, shoulder wide view. We got Mongol Man, Kinnikuman Great, original color variant Robin Mask, anime colors for Terry Man. Kinnikuman has his manga colors for his tag uniform, which was the white outfit. We have Pentagon in the corner, which I'm gonna cover him in a bit. We have Mr. Carmen. I actually have 2 Mr. Carmens, and I have 2 Sugurus. I have a Suguru that's already open, so we'll be showing that off for, you know, when we get in depth with the accessories and the articulation. And that's pretty much it for the lineup. So let's go ahead and get an up close view of We're gonna open up Suguru first, get a nice view of the accessories, the articulation, and then we're gonna go ahead and do the unboxing for Robin mask for you guys. All right, everyone, we're back. Here is our ring setup. I just wanna, kind of give you a top-down view. That way things will be a bit easier. We're gonna go ahead and grab our previously opened Suguru, but I wanna give you guys a bit of a closer look. You can get a nice look. I love, for such a little fella, you'll see when I take him out the box, he has great paint job. You can even see it a bit there. Really nice teeth. Really, a lot of figures, they get the teeth wrong and the paint sucks, or the teeth just look bad, or sometimes they're not even painted in. But here we have it all. Look, these are the special tag variants that I was talking about. So we got Terry and Suguru, right? So the Terry, the only reason I never got that one is because Terry is literally the exact same thing. To my knowledge, from the postings I've seen, he's just the same exact blue Terry. It's Suguru who's the one that has like a golden yellow underwear, but I'm not really a fan of that color variant. You have the Special Warsman, the Special Ramen Man, which the Special Warsman, as you can see, is based off the old 80s anime colors, as well as Robin Mask and Brocken. And Ramen Man, you can't see it in the photo, but compared to his normal counterpart, he has his green and red anime variants, which the manga, as many know, is white and red and a little bit of yellow. So this one is already opened, as I stated, so get a nice look of him up close. And we're just gonna go ahead and take him out the box here. So the thing about boxes like these, I actually prefer these more than other kinds of boxes where they're cardboard and then you rip them and then you just can never use them again, right? Those are the worst. This is the inside. Got a little advertisement. So I actually had the beauty of going to Japan, and I can tell you firsthand, let's see if we can get that book out. I don't want to rip it by accident. I'm gonna be as gentle as I can. So let's take a look here. It's pretty cool. I actually am not familiar with this series. Unless Japan, I was just gonna mention this, has a beautiful habit of releasing these type of excellent figures, but with original IPs. So this is a pamphlet for the Microman line. As I had mentioned, they have rebooted it. Pretty cool. Huh, I gotta look into this guy. He looks cool. Look at that. Can you get the camera focus? Who's that? If you guys know, chat, let me know, chat. That's Votoms. We just got an announcement for that. That's pretty cool. But who's this one, chat? Who's this guy, chat? Let me know down below. Oh, this actually comes out. Oh, this is sick. Japan, they gotta sneak in some titties. Gotta get a Microman waifu. Man, that one was sick. Damn, okay, Microman was cooking. I'm late to the party. Oh, Micro Lady Human looks cool though, I'm not gonna lie. Damn, this line looks dope. He looks like Sundowner from Metal Gear. Pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, so in the box here, what do we have? We have the accessories. So he comes with alternative pairs of hands, right? Obviously, any wrestler, any Kinnikuman is gonna need grappling hands, right? And then any wrestler is also gonna need, so he already comes out the box with one fist, right? And one grappling hand, okay? So obviously when I show you guys him, that's what he'll have on. Just wanna make that known. And they also come with a nice little stand here. I'm not sure if you can see it. Let me take that out the box for you guys, why not? Okay, So the stand seems to work very similarly to a lot of other stands from the Revol minis and a lot of these minifigures in general, in which they provide a small base, right? Base usually has multiple pegs within the base. Okay, so we got 1 peg, 2 peg, 3 peg, 4 peg, no, 5 pegs, and then they feel pretty sturdy. I kind of hate when they make stands and the pegs just suck. I'm sure anybody out there who's a collector has bought a figure once or twice and literally it just doesn't hold up the figure. But anyways, you connect these parts together, boom, have your little stand. Okay, so then this plugs into here, and then boom, you have your little stand. I guess the only downside to this stand is it's not a ball joint, right? So it's a static piece. So there's that. And this goes together, and boom. This looks pretty cool though, I can't lie. Alright, so let's get Suguru out the box. Let me show you guys from the front. I feel like I'm giving you a bad angle. Sorry about that. This is the inside of the box. I love this artwork. I love this. Look at this. This looks great. That's Kinnikuman right there, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. The shading. That's like, damn, I love this character. He's just a combination of like badass and silly and kind of cute and like innocent. He's great. Alright. So this is him out the box. Again, I freaking love this little fella. Look at him. Look at him. This is just like, I like to say with figures, when it comes to figures, you know a figure is good when you just enjoy it. Just look at this guy. Wonderful articulation. Can get crazy splits. I mean, look at this. You got articulation at the toes, which you'd be surprised how many figures are lacking even beyond his age. Amazing ankle movement. Look at that. Look at that. Nice rock. Nice up and down. Nice back and forth. This is nice. This is, for a guy his size, you know, you wouldn't expect that. The shading on the skin that I was telling you guys about. It's nice. It's very well done, personally speaking. And I want to make a comment because I noticed this earlier. Look at the face. How good that face looked for that little fella, bro. Really good stuff. I love this figure. One thing I wanted to comment on, well, also great ab crunch. Double jointed knee. So you could really get those extreme Suguru positions. You can even get him like going like in a little Sonic ball. Oh, hit my tripod there. Having too much fun with it. And it's just cool. He's great. Niku kata. You can just really, you can tell these guys are just really fun little fellas. Really fun little fellas. I love little fellas like this guy, man. And one thing, you kind of noticed it because his legs were popping out there. That's actually not a defect. So one thing I love about these kinds of figures, and it's not just him, even the newer, well, not newer, I guess, even the previous line of SH Figure Arts for Kinnikuman, and even the newer one, this guy, he can do it to an extent. Oops, sorry, Kinnikuman, right? He can do it to an extent, which is they're able to like just pop off these parts and like pop them on, and like literally the shoulder, the bicep, the fists, everything, and they just safely pop off and on. And you know, and the reason I love that is because it really just encourages customization, right? Mixing and matching. And it's just great. I mean, look at this guy. Amazing. One thing I also want to mention is most Kinnikuman figures, they handle his little fin here differently. Let me see if I got the camera to go. Yeah, they handle his little fin here differently. So His head is a nice soft piece. Okay, don't worry about it coming off. He has really good neck articulation. Like, you can go all the way. And I wanted to say, the reason I want to mention it is this is a nice soft piece. And other Kinnikumans, like this guy, don't always go for a soft piece. And it creates issues when you're trying to frickin' wrestle with the wrestler, right? And it'll lead to some Kinnikuman having gaps on the side, like the Revo Mini Kinnikuman over here. He has a little gappiness. You can even see it, and we're not even up close. You know what I mean? It's not the end of the world, but it's something that, for Kinnikuman fans, I thought it'd be worth mentioning as a positive of this figure. I mean, just look at the size and look at the cuteness. I mean, these are fun little fellas. If you are able to get yourself one at a good price, I would say go for it. This is what I want to mention. This is a soft piece, so you can just go crazy. You know, do a tackle, do a drop kick. You know what I mean? Just go nuts. But yeah, he's great. I love him. Let's put him on the stand so we can get him ready to fight Robin. So yeah, this just goes around the waist like that, and honestly, it's a nice fit. It feels pretty snug. And again, I have to mention this because there's figures that come with stands, and their stands just freaking suck. Right? So, very happy that this is actually working according to plan. And also, by the way, I'm not sure if I showed this as well. All the hands. Suguru's hands. Suguru has quite a bit of hands. We have the chopping hand, right? Oops, sorry. Signature move for Suguru. He chops the hell out of people all the time, chopping their neck. We have like a opened, like a drama hands. I like to call these drama hands, right? Because it's like you can use them for like, no, don't leave me, or no, stop beating my ass. You know what I mean? And what I love with these guys, Kinnikuman don't even like use guns and shit. But look at this, they do come with those hands. And this is what I love about being a figure collector, is when they think of the consumer, right? And they think of you, and they think, you know, even though he bought this guy to wrestle, who's to say that he doesn't want him to scrap with a G.I. Joe? Or who's to say they don't want to put Kinnikuman and Chris Redfield next to each other, right? Like, fucking why not? But yeah, really great variety of hands. And one thing I also noticed is they give you 2 pairs of the wrestling grabbing hands. So I guess they're under the assumption that God forbid you use one because you're fucking pulling off wrestling moves so much, you got an extra pair right here. I gotta admit, that's pretty useful. That is pretty useful, and for someone like myself, I greatly appreciate that. Now we're gonna get to a special treat. I'm going to unbox live the Robin mask for you guys, especially because we have another Robin coming in. We have the Revoltech Mini Robin coming in, and that will be another review. You guys know I love Robin, so I will be putting my utmost passion into that review, so keep a lookout for that. But yeah, this is an unopened, so let's take a look at an unopened one, guys. Very clean looking. Look how clean this box is. There's a full view pic of the special lineup that I keep mentioning. And look, there's the Terry. Look at that rip-off. He's the exact same. Well, actually, I'm wrong. There is one difference that I noticed. It's very subtle. This Terry has red laces. Very, very similar to anime Terry. This is the old SH Figure Arts Terry. I will definitely do a review of this guy. He's awesome. I love Kinnikuman. I love these figures. It's great. Anyways, red laces similar to that one. This one, however, white laces. So yeah, go ahead and hunt down the rare one for some red shoelaces. But personally, I am okay. You can see the yellow Suguru, and you can also see why I don't like it. It's like, it's not even like a gold. It looks more like a pissy yellow, personally. And then even for Warsman, right? I love Warsman. I actually love his anime colors. I play the game all the time. But this one just doesn't seem right to me. Like, they have like a... Let me get an up closer look. In a focus camera. Get the focus. There we go. You can kind of see it here. They have him... The black looks great. The yellow looks great. What I don't like is they have this like navy blue. And it just doesn't... That's not Warsman's skin color. He's gray. Or he's black. And the manga colors, he's brown. It's not navy blue. It bothers me seeing that. So that's why I never went for these two. But this one, as you can see, is awesome. I will admit, Rockin' and Robin, very, very, unique pairing. Only because in the series, this is a series I've read front to back countless times. This is not necessarily a direct team up. Yes, they're both, Seigi, Justice, Chojin. They're both legends, and they're both friends, obviously, and they both interact. Not saying they don't, but I don't really recollect any, other than maybe the first Olympics, which even then Robin didn't fight Brocken directly, why they would pair these two up. I'm just assuming it's because the Brocken they released was based off the manga colors, and I love this guy. Probably because, again, this came out when Nisei was coming out. So they probably were just thinking to themselves, well, people have years of merch of this guy, so we can release this one as a standard one. And then for the OG fans, we know that they're going to pay the tax to get the color variation they want. And they got me because this guy rocks my socks, dude. I mean, look at him, man. Color scheme alone, I love it. So Robin, his skin color is not blue, right? In the anime, he's technically wearing this like bodysuit, right, underneath his armor. Whatever. Rule of cool, it's awesome, right? In the manga, that is not the case. In the manga, he looks exactly like this. Right? And this is still a fantastic color scheme. Robin is just great, period. But I love this color, and I definitely think it's worth it. You can get a nice view of him doing the beach mission. Very nice. The front of the box. Very clean looking too. I love this little artwork. Even if it's not like... I wanted to mention this too. The special tag sets, unlike the normal box that features Kinnikuman, this one is a nice little piece of art with Kinnikuman and Terry in the tag tournament. Right, and you got the fire in the background. This is a very nice piece of merchandise. Right, MKS03 is the third special release. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get this open for you guys. Let's check it out. Alright guys, moment of truth. Okay, we got all the lids unsealed. I just want you to know, I feel like that scene from freaking Spider-Verse where Gwen opens Miles' toy and he's like, ah! Anyways, here are the hands. This is awesome. Look at this. Nice set of hands. Lots of hands too. Look at that. Can we get the camera to properly focus? Wow. Look at that. We got the stand, right? Robin has, let me take a look. Chopping hands, 2 pairs of fists, another grappling hand. Brocken has fists. It's pretty much the same hands, just obviously colored in black, right? You can get a better look up there. Nice look at the artwork. This is a top quality series. And then look, we got another booklet. That's how you could tell it was never opened. It's all so beautifully packaged. And that's there. I'm not gonna take that out because that's just this, right? So, and then these are the fellas themselves. What I like about these figures is this is a plastic slip. So even though I did open it, you can just, you want to keep it safe. So let's take them out. Hi, Brocken. Hi, Brocken. 俺はブロッキンジュニア。Wow, I'm sorry, I just got a little speechless because Brocken just looks freaking great. Holy crap, look at the paint job on this guy, man. This is a 3-inch figure, by the way, man. Look at the details. Come on, camera, please focus. There we go. Look at that. Broken. Nice little collar. I love his collar. You know, I make a big deal about paint because a lot of figures, especially ones of these size, ones even more expensive, ones even larger, never get the paint right. Okay? So for those who don't know Brocken's story, Brocken is essentially, he's Brocken Jr., right? His father was defeated by Ramen Man, and Brocken set out on a journey to get revenge on Ramen Man, which that journey for revenge ended up becoming a journey of redemption and a journey of growth, which definitely should check out Kinnikuman. But in terms of the figure itself, this is very nice. I actually feel like now that I'm really playing with these guys, I would love to get them fighting some G.I. Joes. Oh, this is the shoulder thing I told you about. That's actually not a bad thing. That's the whole part swap. Which, let me get Robin out. If I love Brocken, imagine how I'm about to react right now. Let me get this plastic safely to the side. Oh my god. I feel like I'm holding a god.
私の名はロビン・マスク。
Okay, I guess that is one thing that is a little annoying. Is if... Yeah, I don't like how that feels. It's not that it's loose, actually. It's that it's so stiff that when I'm trying to maneuver it, it was just this shoulder kept popping out on me. Anyways, let's get a nice close look. Wow. So suga. So suga. Kakui. Very cool. Very, 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 very cool. Look at this guy. I mean, come on now. Very nice. Excellent freaking shading on those muscles. This is a 3-inch figure, by the way, guys. Japan loves minifigures, and I love Japan because they love minifigures as well. You get a nice upper going. Oh, nah, this is great. This is great. I'm actually super happy I own this because the Revol Mini Robin, which is the, you know, where is he at? Which is this counterpart, is the other color. So he looks really fun. This is something I actually wish like I could just keep in my pocket all the time. Like, this is just great. Just pull them out, play with them when you're feeling frustrated or bored. Let's see if we get Kinnikuman in here. Look at this. I'm dead. The head came off. That's funny. I love how all the parts just slide on and off. Like, very nice. Very nice. I love toys that feel safe to use. The keyword I use is safe is because some figures, when you handle them, it just feels like you're gonna break them. And these guys don't feel like that at all. It feels like I can kind of abuse them and get away with it. Even though these parts do pop off, you know, again, I know the intention was with this line was to let you, you know, go crazy and swap and go these other things. But let's see if we can get him in a nice little bridge. Bridge. Oh, I'm not even holding that. That's dope. Bridge. Bridge. I gotta admit, these guys are pretty dang cool. Alright, so final thoughts on the Microman line. I have to admit, these guys are amazing. I think for the time that they released, which was the early to mid 2000s, they were infinitely ahead of their game. And obviously since then, Japan has just evolved, right? When it comes to their molds, their design philosophy, and their articulation. However, I also have to say we're in an era now where there is such a thing as over articulation or over expense. And I think what I really enjoy about these guys is they kind of give me a little bit of a Jada Toys energy, and not saying that in a bad way, but more so in the sense of they have this very nice but yet richly detailed simplistic design that just lends itself very well to just handling it, using it, having fun with it, and just enjoying yourself with the figure, honestly. And I have to say that's the most important part when it is, at least to me, when it comes to collecting. Does it look cool? Does it feel fun? Is it fun to use? Do you feel safe handling it? And most importantly, was it a good price? That's the only con I can say about these guys. They are very rare, super rare from what I've seen, again, as most Kinnikuman merch is, and they will run you a little bit of a penny. I can wholeheartedly, recommend them, right? And just look at these guys. They're great. Great. I can wholeheartedly recommend the Microman Kinnikuman line. It's just, again, rarity, right? And I unboxed these guys for you. I can imagine how these two are probably like at least 200 or 120 just for these two alone. But if I were you guys, don't get hijacked. You know, if you're a Kinnikuman fan, it might be worth the tax for you if you really want, you know, smaller variations of your favorite fellas that are actually surprisingly detailed and articulated and actually surprisingly high quality. Or if you're, you know, an avid figure collector and you just want to really get some extra cool, you know, mini size, but just freaking, oh yeah, wrestlers, I think they're a great buy. And I mean, look at these. Come on. But I'm gonna do, you know, a couple of, I'm gonna put this down for now. I almost wrapped up the video, but there was something I totally forgot to mention that I think is really important for these Kinnikuman figures. And I know it's gonna be a weird comment, but you notice this trunks area, right? When you bend the leg or bend the abs or do any type of extreme contortion in order to get a funny or cool wrestling move, right? I love how this ab piece and this piece are obviously individual, but it is done so in a way in which you can freely rotate this, and this piece, I don't know if you can see it, is independent. Meaning that if I want to get a crazy action going on with Robin, it's not a problem. Versus, I hate to admit this, the minis, they have this issue. Let's see, I'll take out one of them for you guys. It's good over that eyeball. They have this issue where you see it right here. You look at the material that their trunks are made of. It's like this. It's high quality, don't get me wrong, but it's like this kind of like rubbery, leathery plastic. Notice how when his thigh reaches this short here and you come past the crevice, I did it properly, so it looks fine, right? But if you press this way too high up, it looks fine now. Sometimes what will happen, it's just because I've learned how to handle the figure. I've seen other reviewers mention that these trunks will get caught in here. It just requires proper handling. There's a way to just pull the legs down a little bit and then get that thigh underneath this trunk without having to worry about it. But the only reason I mention it is just because it's annoying that for the kind of figures that these guys are, which are wrestlers, super anime wrestlers, that they have these weird limitations when it comes to the hips. Suguru has the same thing that I've seen many reviewers mention where, again, standing straight. You see these little white trunks, they look great when he's standing up, but when it comes time to do actual, look, just happened on camera. And it's not like the end of the world. I didn't even do that hard. That was literally a very gentle nudge. It's just annoying. Versus, look, let me even use the other Suguru as an example. versus, I mean, come on. How are you being outdone by 2006, 2003 toy line? I mean, I know they're different scales, but still. Anyways, one last thing before we sign off. I do want to show that part swap feature I mentioned, and I'll do a simple example. I'm just going to take off Kinnikuman's head, Robin Moss head, and I'm just going to swap them. That is awesome. That is awesome. Infinitely, like, triples the value of the hold on. Like, something as simple as that is so cool. Look at that, Robin, casual Robin, training Robin. It's sick. And then I'll just to, have fun with it. We'll show off the other one. This is a sight I never thought I'd see. This is funny. This is cool stuff. I mean, there is, in the series, there is a moment where, yes, Suguru does wear Robin's armor. That does happen. But I just mean like in figure form. That's very funny seeing that. But it's also the coolest thing I've ever freaking seen. I am infinitely in love with the Microman. I solidly think that they're worth it. I'm not even gonna lie, even after seeing this, I mean, maybe I'm just a diehard Kinnikuman fan, but these guys are just awesome. And also very rare. I'm gonna keep saying that. So if you enjoyed the review, let me know. You know, I love doing this, as you can hear it in my voice. I've been having a lot of fun. I appreciate all the love that the community has been showing me on all sides, and it means a lot. It means a lot to share this passion with others, especially with these little fun guys, these little cool wrestlers. You just want to have fun. So, I'll catch you guys next time. Make sure to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more.
Shonen Tachi.